Welcome back. You're tuned into Chartbusters on CNBC-TV18. Bengaluru-based IT company Subex is on our radar after they won 2 orders in the last 10 days. To discuss this and the outlook for second half of the year, Vinod Kumar, the MD and CEO of the company, joins us now on the show. Mr. Kumar, good morning. Thanks a lot for joining us. Well, the stock has been really excited. The stock is up 43% this month itself, and you have won 2 big deals in last 10 days. Can you quantify it for us? What is the size and what does it do to your overall revenues in this year and FY22?
Good morning. My pleasure to be here. With respect to these 2 specific wins, one at Telefonica and the other one at Saudi Telecom, these are very critical wins for us, particularly our new range of products around the digital fraud. Now, from a quantum perspective, these are on the order of $3 to $5 million range. That is executable over the period of 12 to 18 months. What it does to our revenue, we are making a transformation from a risk management provider in the telecom to a digital trust provider in a multi-vertical scenario. And this sort of validates some of the propositions that we are taking and working at this point in time.
Okay, all right. $3 to $5 million is what this order win counts to. So congratulations on that front. And you know, the way your stock has been moving, it was at around 5 rupees earlier this year. Now it's close to around 30 rupees. So clearly expectations are high. Now in the first half of this year, you've done a revenue growth of roughly around 10% approximately. What kind of a number are you targeting to end this year with?
While we do not provide any specific guidance, but generally this year, our intention is to finish this year because of this pandemic and all those things with a modest growth, while at the same time resetting some of the portfolio rejects so that as the market evolves during the initial part of next calendar year, we would emerge there and be ready with the right portfolio and with the right mix of product sets. So that's what we are focused on.
Okay. Mr. Kumar, I was going through your investor presentation and it said that you're making strong inroads in the multi-vertical IoT security space and the market is expected to reach around $4.5 billion by 2022. What is the kind of opportunity for the company here? How much will this space add to your overall pie? What is the growth prospect?
So IoT and OT security is a very important portfolio for us. As you rightly pointed to, it's a high growth segment. The market is growing year on year about 10 to 15 times. And our expectation is that we would grab a large portion of that market share, primarily based on the fact that we have been one of the front runners when it comes to IoT security. We have already started winning orders in verticals other than the telecom segments, like the industry segments, automobile segments, the smart city segments. So these are some of the areas that we are focused on. And the near-term growth, incremental growth will happen from this range of portfolio.
All right, Mr. Kumar, as of now, telecom constitutes how much of your total revenues? 95%?
That's correct. A bulk of our existing revenue comes from the telecom sector, which has been predominantly what we have been doing for the last 20 odd years.
Okay, so Mr. Kumar, then you said the IoT as well as the analytics segment, that's something that you are looking to grow. Could you give us a rough number in terms of what kind of target do you have out there? I was reading a couple of articles where they're talking about you scaling those revenues, that's currently which is less than 5% of your total business, to around $15 to $20 million in the next 3 years. Is that correct? Can we hold you to those numbers?
That is correct. That's our expectation, that we will be able to execute and get to that range of revenue in the next 2 to 3 years' time.
Okay. And you said that you will not be able to give a guidance, but a ballpark figure, what will revenues look like in FY22? What is the margin band that the company is at least aiming at?
Look, in our core segment, that's a telecom, which is 95% of the revenue comes from that segment. Our intention is to grow at about 5 to 10% level. And on the new areas, which is IoT and the analytics segments, our intent is to grow in multiples. So that's what we are looking at from a long-term point of view.
All right, Mr. Kumar, I'm just looking at your stock price, and I think that should come up for our viewers as well on the screen. The stock has moved from 5 close to around 30 rupees, as I mentioned earlier. Is there a possibility that there could be a sellout? Is Subex an acquisition target or firmly not? You're denying it totally.
See, at this point in time, we are solely focused on driving and making the vision to be a largest player with respect to digital trust. So that's where the company is focused on at this point in time, and all our efforts are going in that direction.
Mr. Kumar, actually Nigel is asking you that because see, the company has no promoters, right? So what is the incentive for the management to keep delivering? So that is why he's asking if there is any chance that you're looking out for a sellout for the company.
No, at this point in time, there is no plan.
Okay, all right. You clarified on terms of the growth, but a couple of articles are suggesting that you're looking to spend a rather large number on R&D. Could you quantify that number? What are you looking to spend?
So currently we are planned to spend about $4 to $5 million per year on some of the new areas. And as you know that we are a nil debt organization, and most of the revenue or most of the cash that we are generating is going towards fund some of these new initiatives that we have.
All right. Okay, Mr. Kumar, thank you so much for joining us with all those details and the idea on the new deal wins that the company saw recently. But with that, it's the time to slip into a short break.